Um, what I am about to answer, I don't know whether there's a right or there's a wrong, because different circumstances would play out to determine if someone from a Christian family would allow, let me, if I use his daughter for instance, to go and marry from a Muslim family. But ideally, he said, do not be unequally yoked. I do not want to. The Muslim religion is respected in its own right. It's a type of religion. I do not know whether I'm within my rights to call them unbelievers, because even amongst Christians, people who say they serve God, they could still be unbelievers. But if there's an understanding, because it's a personal decision, and like I said, I do not know whether it's in my place to say who is right or who is wrong. So I will say what I understand. And my own understanding will be that if there is an understanding that if the Muslim person is happy to allow his partner to carry on with their Christianity practice without putting conditions to say, oh, if you have to marry, you have to change from being a Christian to a Muslim, and they understand each other and they think they have peace and harmony in that home, I think they should be allowed to carry on, because if whatever the reason for the argument to say, oh, why would you allow a Christian to marry a Muslim, it's not the only thing that makes a marriage to be successful or to be long lasting in the eyes of God. If the person shows understanding for your religion, if the person is happy for you to practice your religion and will give you peace while practicing the religion, and they tick or check every other box of what you want in a partner, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do or it's the wrong thing to do, but if you find peace and you want to go ahead, and like I said, every other thing being okay, you can give it a try. But where you have been told that, oh, you would have to drop your Christianity and become a Muslim, and you know you don't want to, but you now still go ahead because you think, oh, I'm already getting old, do I need to get married? And when I get married, I will not convince the person that I want to remain a Christian. Or you say, oh, this person has money, oh, I want to marry this person, I will convince the person. I think that way you have lied to yourself and deceived yourself, and it may not work for you that way. But if the person respects your religion, understands that it is what you want, and is happy for you to practice it, and the person
Mm-hmm.
ticks every other box of what you want in a life partner, you can go ahead if you want to. It's not like a decree from me. I don't know how to explain so that I don't know if I'm okaying um inter whatever marriage. But like I said, um if you have a principle and you know what you agree on and what will give you peace and what will not make you sin against God, yes, is what should be your guiding principle. Because I have seen successful Christian and Muslim together in a home without each other person's religion affecting the other, and they have grown in peace and harmony. Although it is easier, it is better for the two to be in the same place and understand what they are doing for the sake of the children that God may give them in that marriage. But where that does not work, and you see someone, because the Islam is a type of religion on its own. If I do not believe in them, doesn't mean that what they believe in may be wrong. Just where there are good Christians and there are bad Christians, there are good Muslims and there are bad Muslims. There are good people and there are bad people. So, in my own point of view, if there's a happy understanding, not built on deceit, not built on trying to convert, you now say, okay, let me bear it first, let me enter the marriage first. I will not try and convert the person, because even in our own Christendom, like Sister Gladys initially mentioned, the person from Catholic will say, oh, they cannot marry somebody from Pentecostal. The person from Pentecostal will say, even within the Pentecostal, the one from um Christ Embassy, for instance, is, so I cannot marry the one from Living Faith. So it already even exists within our own Christian practice. So I cannot now begin to judge the one who doesn't practice Christianity and say, oh, that's the only reason why marriage should not hold. I stand to be corrected, but given all these things I have put in perspective, if you people are clear from the beginning how you want to run your home, how you want to bring in your religion in your marriage and in raising your children, and you have an understanding and it works well for you, what I would not support or advise or suggest is that you go in deceit, giving terms and conditions for one to be converted to the other person's religion, and you agree because you want the marriage, but in the middle you now know that you don't want it. That one is not good. It's not even good to go there or to start like that. But if you have an open, honest conversation with each other and you agree, then you can give it a try.
Voice of the people, rise in the night. Stories unite us, hopes burning bright. Together we're stronger, moving as one. Hearts open wider, new days begun. Side by side.